In our news this morning, hope restored on Ikot-Ekpene-Aba Road as work reaches advanced stage. National Broadcasting Commission and NTOU partner for quality broadcasting. Plus, climate change unleash its fury on humans. Farmers pray for rains. Good morning and welcome to the NTOU News at 10. My name is Edidion Iba. Just a quick reminder that this broadcast is coming to you on our Star Times platform, Channel 103, and on all our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube especially. Residents and motorists plying Aba Ikot-Ekpene Highway are now heaving a sigh of relief following the construction work embarked on by the federal government. Ikechukwu Ndukwe reports that the road is now accessible after many decades of abandonment.
21 kilometers of road from Opobo Junction, Aba, to Ikot-Ekpene in Akwa Ibom State has been impassable for more than 20 years, even when there are no alternative means of transportation, either air or water, making the commercial city lose lots of businesses and tourists, as many who prefer to use alternative routes may have to spend more of their productive hours on the road instead of less than an hour if Aba Ikot-Ekpene Highway were to be in good condition.
I've seen a difference from this present government. They are trying, they are really trying.
I thank the government that's awarded the contract and the construction company that is doing the job. You know, the way they are doing it, I like it.
I'm appreciated for the road here because how many years now we are suffering for the road.
We are so happy because it has been long now, but we have been suffering because of this bad road. Sometimes like this, children will be suffering. Most of them will be falling inside the water while going to school.
Let them continue every day constant watering of the road. Let them take care of the job they are doing and then favor people under the environment. Everywhere is polluted. Look at the workers here, not properly cared. So we are angry because the dust is too much.
Let them spray water in this road because like me, 1 week ago, I really want to die because of this dust. This dust is too much.
When completed, Abia and Akwa Ibom states will bounce back to volumes of trading activities, including exchange of agricultural products. Ikechukwu Ndukwe, NTA News.
And the Akwa Ibom State Police Command has received a new commissioner of police. This follows the promotion and subsequent transfer of the former commissioner of police, now Assistant Deputy Inspector General of Police, Olutayo Durosimi. He is CP Wahid Ayilara. Utibachibong reports.
The new Commissioner of Police Akwa Ibom State Command, Mr. Wahid Ayilara from Ogun State, on arrival, inspected the guard of honor. The immediate past Commissioner of Police did a formal handing over and conducted a successful round to the premises. The new CP, during a brief meeting with some senior officers of the command, sued for a team spirit and support in order to achieve the core mandate of the force. For Akwa Ibom State, the police commissioner is committed to building on the already existing peace in the state while working on modalities to tackle security challenges.
We are going to give them maximum service within the confinement of laws, Constitution of Nigeria, and all extant law of the country. We are here to serve the good people of Akwa Ibom State, and we are going to serve them satisfactorily.
Mr. Wahid Ayilara is the 32nd Commissioner of Police in Akwa Ibom State, and until his redeployment to Uyo has served as Deputy Commissioner of Police in Lagos State. In Uyo, Utube Achibong, NTA News.
And still on security issues, residents of Uyo have called on security agencies to increase surveillance in the state capital to minimize the increasing rate of insecurity in recent weeks. Correspondent John Paul Alumuna, who spoke with some residents, filed this report.
The capital city of Akwa Ibom State has always been known as one of the most secured and peaceful states in South Nigeria. Unfortunately, with the increasing rate of killing and kidnapping, many residents are sleeping with their eyes wide open. This is not unconnected with the high rate of killings and reckless abduction of people in many parts of the metropolis. This, residents say, is cursed by hardship and desperation by most people, especially the youths.
It's becoming so alarming that we don't really know where these old things are coming from, but from the look of things, I can tell the economic situation is making young men and women going into things just to make money and the detriment of their life or whatever it takes.
Some of them have a problem. Some of them want power. And power, the money comes with power. That is how they get involved in all these things. So the society should be able to condemn certain activities, and they have to show that they condemn it, not oral or talking about it only. Yeah.
Others suggest that deliberate efforts should be made by all stakeholders to curb the current trend.
Members of our family too, they encourage criminality. Members of our family. But if you are appointed, they are looking at you 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years. You have not done it. What are you doing there? Take your share. Taking share, you take the share. Then what should be used in curbing insecurity is in your pocket. The right thing is not done.
The government should do something about it. Seriously, the government should do something about it. Then also the security agencies, the police, the army, another one should also contribute.
But I must state categorically that it is time that we wake up and see that security is everybody's business if we want to still enjoy our peace.
Know the caliber of people you recruit into security services. Once you have recruited a criminal recruit, what do you expect? They may end up even protecting their own. So at the point of recruitment, there should be a proper selection so that the good and the bad can be separated.
Meanwhile, the police public relations officer, Odiko McDon, has assured residents that the perpetrators of the dastardly act will soon be brought to book.
As I speak, the state CID have taken over the matter. They've commenced very discreet investigation. Don't allow anybody come in and perpetrate a crime of that nature and go scot-free. We are not known for those kind of heinous crimes.
The residents are hopeful that the current security challenges in Uyo will soon be a thing of the past. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
We'll pause for some messages now. More news after. Stay with us.
His Excellency Pastor Umoino has approved the second phase of Akwa Ibom COVID-19 Action Recovery and Economic Stimulus AK Cares program. The target areas of this program, which are in consonance with the Arise agenda of His Excellency Pastor Umoino, include payment of social transfers to 1,950 beneficiaries who are either aged, physically challenged, chronically ill, or urban poor. Payment of stipends to 1,560 beneficiaries engaged and deployed to carry out labor-intensive public welfare activities on social services. Works and livelihood grants of 150,000 to be given to about 1,055 economically active household members to resuscitate their businesses. 13 communities to receive 18 million naira each to execute 2 micro projects. 800 beneficiaries to be provided with agricultural inputs and services to help in their farms. 2,800 beneficiaries to enjoy grading of 14 rural feeder roads. 1,000 beneficiaries beneficiaries to get agricultural assets for production and mitigation of food loss and waste. 2,500 beneficiaries who own small and medium-scale enterprises to receive conditional grants ranging from 100,000 to 500,000 to cover up to 50% of their monthly operational costs. AKKS, alleviating poverty, enhancing economic growth. Mr. M.M. Bob, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Economic Development and Chairman, Akwa Ibom Case Steering Committee, announcer.
Thank you for still staying tuned. You're watching the NTOU News at 10. Now to the rest of the news. The Zonal Director of the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, George Obi, has assured Nigerian Television Authority NTOU management of good working relationship as he assumes office in Uyo. He gave the assurance during a familiarization visit to NTA. John Paul reports.
Zonal Director of NBC, who was accompanied by top management of the agency while commending the management of NTOU, noted that he was deployed to Uyo in December 2023, but he resumed fully in January 2024. He explained that his posting to the state is a routine process, assuring that he will consolidate on the achievements of his predecessors to ensure that broadcast stations abide by the codes of NBC. He urged NTA management to improve on the quality of its contents to sustain viewership.
As a commission, the NBC does not have any plans to gag the press in any form, but is rather keen on expanding the frontiers of press freedom as envisaged by the 1999 Constitution, and I enjoin all stations to continue with their duties.
It's an industry that is dynamic, growing every day. So if you said, well, because we are there and we think we must do this, no. If you are not here, we won't be there. And by the time we are there, it helps what we are also doing here.
The general manager of NTOU, Ali Sugbe, appreciated the NBC zonal director and assured that NTOU will continue to apply professionalism in her daily transmission.
We are here to keep us in line with the mandates of NBC and NTA. There are regulations that we must follow. We can't do things out of line. We must follow these lines to keep us in tune and in check. So I want to sincerely thank you and welcome you to you and say that our doors are open. We are ready and willing to come to you at any given point in time that you call us to come.
In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
Some artisans in Uyo are calling on the state government to establish craft centers that will assist them train others and market their skills. The appeal is coming as the state government shifts attention to entrepreneurship. Abasianya Ekpeyo reports.
Skill acquisition is one of the important pillars that has helped many in actualizing their dreams and improve livelihood. Year in, year out, thousands of students graduate from secondary and tertiary institutions of learning in search of greener pastures. Ubong Anselm has been in electronic repairs business for 31 years, and for him, he would have been able to train more persons if craft centers were available.
This work is good for me because through this work, I built my first house. This work, I send my children to school. Well, these children nowadays, I don't know what is wrong with them because they did not like to learn this work. As you see me working, I'm okay with this my work. I thank God for that.
Others like Ubong are assisting to alleviate unemployment rates and advise the youth to embrace skills in order to avoid total reliance on government.
What the government to do is to have a craft center, which either you from a university or whatever, you don't have job, go to the craft center, learn a trade, mechanic, panel beating, whatever. Now they learn how to manufacture locally made goods in the country, not imported made goods.
If you go inside villages, you get people when they say that their family cannot be able to train them in the handwork. Government can maybe send individuals go and learn handwork, or they can easily empower people like giving them machines. Like me, machine is not even enough for me. If work day here, machines is not even enough. So we need more machines to make it.
The respondent suggested public-private partnership in establishing craft centers across the state. In Uyo, Abasenya Ikpeyon, NTN News.
One of the greatest issues the world is currently grappling with is climate change. This is because it affects cuts across every facet of human existence. Danny Milko in this report highlights the effects of this global concern on agriculture.
It is not common to experience Harmattan at the end of January, as is the case right now in southern Nigeria. During this period, farmers look forward to the first rain of the year to commence the new planting season. However, climate change has altered the season, and farmers say they now have to live with this new reality.
Affects prices of goods. Things that have been, a bit cheaper because of early planting. People are now beginning to speculate. How long will the sun take? How long would, if I put seed in the soil, the heat of the sun will kill it, and it affects crops growth, and that translates also into impacts on animals who depend on these crops, So I particularly feel the impact of climate change in the prices of goods.
We apply water on it. There's big difference, like this dry season, so we don't harvest anything in dry season. We harvest in rainy season because the ground is dry and there is no enough water to put on it.
It's good, it's fine, because water board is giving us water. That is why our farm is very fine.
What options are available for farmers, and what is the Nigerian government doing to help them in the face of this global challenge?
Quite aware of climate changes. We are quite aware. We have researchers in government. We gather data in government, so we know the changes in the climate. We want to do all year round farming. We don't want to be limited by the changes in the climate. So for this year, we began training our farmers on climate resilience as far back as last year. How to plant yam, cassava, tomato, and how to overcome climate resilience.
We have scientists in the country. We can adapt things, conditions can be generated to favor planting of crops. It's doable. It's about people who will get engaged. It's doable, so that each community can be self-sufficient instead of depending on the weather that is not too much certain anymore.
The farmers are, however, hopeful that despite the climate change, there will be bountiful harvest this year once the rains set in. Dianime Uko, NTA News.
Agricultural experts have advised farmers against bush burning before planting season as it kills the soil nutrients and reduces crop yield. Emedion Omo, who sampled the opinions of some farmers and agricultural experts, filed this report.
Every planting season, especially in the southern region of Nigeria, many farmers practice the culture of burning their farmlands in preparation for cultivation of crops. This practice, which is usually carried out during the dry season, agricultural experts say endangers the microorganisms in the soil that helps to enrich the soil for a bomber harvest, and can also lead to loss of properties if the portion of farmland ignited with fire is not controlled appropriately.
When you set fire to the biomass, the bush, the weed and all of that, you generate some form of heat. You kill the plant, of course, you achieve your aim, but you also have an effect on the microorganisms in the soil. It has an effect on the biological life of the soil. So at the end of the day, some animals are gotten out of the way by the way of the heat. For example, I'll just give you one or two: earthworms, snails, and some beneficial, because some beneficial animals that reside in the soil. Most of these animals, we look at them as they are just there, but they have a way of balancing up the ecosystem. Set fire, you disrupt that eco balance, and you may not get it back in 1 or 2 years.
However, some farmers believe that engaging in the act of burning their farmlands will help prepare the soil for a great yield for food sufficiency.
When you burn your bush, you have ash from the weed and all of that. The ash in itself has a way of bringing down the acidity in the soil to some certain extent. It lessens the acidity. So in a way, it's advantageous to a farmer.
I clear the bush. After clear the bush, I put the fire, prepare for planting something. When the rain fall, I plant my thing. Immediately that thing grow. I remove the grass. After wheeling, that thing will grow. The next coming to play the another season, that farm will grow well.
It is the hope of farmers that this year's planting season will yield bountiful harvest. In Uyo, Emedion Umo, NTA News.
And to end the news, another look at our major stories. Hope is being restored on Ikorek Bene Aba Road as work reach advanced stage. The National Broadcasting Commission, NBC and NTUU have partnered for quality broadcasting. You also heard in the news that climate change has unleashed its fury on humans as farmers pray for rains. And that's the English news. Thank you for being a part of it. Emilio Momoy standing by for the news in translation. Do have a beautiful day. Good morning.
Mbon Ikorek Bene Yeba, any dero yenekene, Nanga, Ekamba, Okara, Idanyan, Esredion, Usong Modern. Ufo Temusonetop National Broadcasting Commission, Diana Ye, Ufo Temusonetop NCUU, man, Enam, Utemumo, Fun. Akenam, Bomoke, Ikbelefum, Mbono Utaiwang, Yemedem, Manado say, Isam, Amoetorum, Afon. Okangin mi komo anyin medo emedio mo akaman dutum mbok baosenem ufa otom polisi ke Akwa Ibom State enye ufa a commissioner ami akene na edepe ndara akan a commissioner akebara nte inspector general ke police Olatoye Odurosimi ya ikobo yokombo mi to akombonyen tebe achibo Dion ke ufo tomo police ke stedemi eni ufa ekamba wobri kamando tomutum ke ufo tomodo ekuto commissioner of police anye akire ete Wahid Ayilara nko nyeto Ogun State kenye ma akiri wo mbonu ufo tomodo emananga mentionzo ndutam dangido mo asedo esengukpono mo kedo ma ke kwinye andisong pong stedemi ama asana ukara oyo ano ufa was kodimi nko ufa commissioner police mi ama ani togetok nneme yembono mempono wo ke ufa tomoro nyebiri kamina mutum aboki mo ibenge moyo yangede na yimo emani na mutum esatket baratoro nko kedu ufa tomo police niege di kani woisu senye tanga banga stede mi boke ibisu gi song ida ke edikan boke mem aba ke stede mi kai sonko ke ya tanga banga musong tanga bi kribo ke unanu kpeme aba ke stede mi atre mbona medion ke a commissioner police so kodi stede mi ke nyedo ayoro a commissioner edap yedo beba enoro yare di stede mi nko ke mbe mi so anyeke di wo stede mi ke nyeke ba akeseba ke Lagos nte Deputy Commissioner Police Miku Yo Utebe Achibo Akombok NTA. Akene na mkpokpo nwoke ikpelefum meto enwang ebonga kameyem no edmere manate oro isong afon mkpo enwang ammo ya ikobo yokombo mito akombok.
Ine kekido ata memmem po erikat ekarika kutat apa fyong kiswa nke ametepeke kikpere amesa kirut nyen kinin tum matoin wang esetiebet akpaidam kiswa manaturu eritongo eritoin wang ammo ado kidagami upompo kikpere fam ekoto climate change akpungo mempo nanga akeba idagapa amemmetoin wang ebugo kemmimo irinyong inampo inyong itoin wang ikene nanga ikpere fam aba idagami ado kusok metoin wang emaitang semmetoin wang ekeme erinam kemme inintum koro mempose ukara ebinam nongwam metoin wang kinintum me nko metoin wang etang ebo kemmimo imini dronyen nteke kpayero upompo baga kikpere fam ke ama kem ini eridok mpo kendiria ayaba baraswene ke kpaidam ama sogodi uwemedi mo Samson okombok NTA
me atake utoy wang eno me atoy wang itemebo yagam mo krebo ke ena utoy wang mo inyemi mfon esyong idem ekbong isnikan kikot man ammo iriniem fna yakop ayong mbogo mitu akomong mbogana miari ke ini utoy wang amarikem ke metoy wang ese wak hadisani kan ke itie inwang ammo manatoro enie etidok ndien ndungo anam yagadi koro ekamba wo ke ikpere utoy wang anam yagadi ke ado sembono wo emane kpemidem ke hadisani kan ki ikorommo se adogo ikang ammo esanemi ayana mentungtuk unam akpenwamma no mkpo inwang ammo afon akpanga den ke miema akpanga ke keminam mkpo inwang ammo idokko nang akperok ekamba wo miema yona mari onko aboke ndusok ekemisan ikanki ikoro momi genenye aboko amorok ikoro womfen adogo arumpo dioko ataitieti anye no mboni wang item abo yagammo ediongo nang ammo enam kpo inwang ammo manate already nie etidok kiniso metoy wang emanyu idian ke uyodo ebo kemimo imisi wak adisoni kan ke iti wang ammo kedo mkpo mimo imarinam manatoro edeme mari bidi wako mimo ito inwaro inyung ibe ngidem arinie etidok ammo enie idirenyen ebo ntommi ke ini uto inwangami kema kemini dok kemimo iya idok etimfre mi kuyo ukanyen tembong nyen atrero uba usanemi tutumbong etie tutundubi etie song